guys, and welcome back to Haut Beyleron. So we're here in November and we are on to our cotton harvest. So what we're going to do is essentially get this to a point where we can sort of let a worker just have at it, because there's also a few things we need to grab from these factories up here, and we want to get them down to that pallet production or pallet storage shed that we've put down in the yard. And there's also a few things from there we need to pull out and get up to the farm shop. So we're essentially just going to run around this a few times, get some headlands in, make it so the worker should have no issues at all with getting the harvest done. And we will then move him on to the next field. What we are going to have to do is buy or lease a bale cotton trailer. That's sort of a given at the moment. Let's see if we get a better look at where we're at in here. Yeah, we kind of do. Just want to make sure we're getting the outside rows. We're not going to have to go back. Now, obviously, both of these fields are going to need ploughing at the end. That's fine, we can deal with that. I wanted to plough them together anyway, and I'm thinking we're going to be putting more than likely sunflowers in up here. Just because of the proximity to, obviously, the oil mill. But yeah, we'll put... It's obviously not going to be canola now. We've left that too late. That's a... What's that? Summer plant crop. Whereas we're going to be planting in spring to get the, obviously, the sunflowers. It's the only thing we can do for the oil. Now, sometime pretty soon, obviously, we want to get onto planting in our grapevines or a vineyard. And we want to do that because we do eventually want to put in the cereal factory, so we need the raisins from that. But anyway, once we get back to this long side, we'll stick it on a worker. He should then be able to quite happily do this. We can put him on that one because that's the straight row. So if we set him up there, he should just take over. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck. And hopefully if he does, he'll let us know. Now, one of the other things I want to do, if we come into here, oh, that's going well, and we come to there, we've got some outside fertilizing to do. Now, I'm just sort of going to run down the edge and then back up. There'll be little bits in the middle that we've missed, but that's fine. should be at full width. And as you can see, we've started off probably a little bit too early. It's still nice and dark. But one of the things we have done already this morning is almost, not entirely, but almost filled up the milk trailer. So what we'll do is we'll go and put probably about 1,000 litres of that into the bakery, and the rest can go into the dairy. We will have a look before we head over there as to how much it needs. So we only want to put as much into the bakery as it requires. So we'll go to the bakery first and we'll get it unloaded. That way we know that it's full. So at the end of the last episode, we moved all the silage bales and got that rolled, the field just beside the cows there. So that's good now, that shouldn't need fertilising. So if we jump out of there now and have a quick look, yeah, that looks much better. I'm happy with that. And as you can see, that field's rolled. That one's rolled, so they're both looking nice and healthy. Now, there's another cotton field around here somewhere. Field 13, field 23, and field 4. If we do end up putting in a second spinnery, it may actually be worth checking to see if there's any. Yeah, so there's contract on field 4. That's all got to go to the spinnery, so we're going to get that anyway. So we'll accept that contract. We'll accept that contract. What's that for? Sunflowers. No, we won't worry about that. Try 2 more times. 1, 2. No, we're not going to get any more. So we've got field 13 and field 4. 23 is the only other cotton contract. But between those 4 fields, we'll be doing well. What's in 43? That is soybeans. Can't do anything with that just yet. Right, so we'll go and get this put away. We'll throw the fert spreader back into shed where it belongs. And we need to do a bit of a tidy up. Something else I'm thinking I want to put down is a TMR feed mix plant, so we can get rid of some of those bales as well. Drop you there, pull you out a bit, turn those lights off, shut it down. How are you going? We're only at 5,000 litres. That needs to go up there anyway. So we may as well jump into this guy. Like I said, we want to take this up and grab all those pallets and bring them back down to storage. First we want to look at you've still got plenty of room to go. by the looks of that, we're starting to run low on flour, unless it's all come down to here. No, we don't have any flour in there. Well, not run low on flour, but the production has stopped. Perfect. Okay, so we can actually wait a little bit for... yes, we want to take eggs. But yeah, we can wait a little bit to take the milk up. But what we'll do, we'll go through, have a look at our prices, figure out what we want to take up to sell. But as far as I know, it's eggs, potentially bread, and I think our canola oil. Something I want to buy with this money. And I know you have heard me talking about, well, you heard me say about that TMR mixer, but that's not a just right now thing. That's when we start really getting the numbers of cows up. The right now thing, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrong button. The right now thing is A second spinnery, but B a slurry spreader. So as we can start spreading some of that slurry that we've got, potentially also a manure spreader. So what we'll do is we'll spread all that stuff onto the ground before we cultivate. Okay, so we want to have a look at prices. So eggs, November, 4-1. Yep, we're pretty much there. So that'll all get sold at the farm shop. Milk, we've probably got enough milk in there now that we can finish filling that trailer. Bread, November, December. 54, it's at 52, so we'll take the bread. No, butter. We could potentially take some of our butter. Clothes, definitely not. Honey, it's getting close, but no. Canola oil. 5.5 to 5.7, so that's the one we want to take. So canola oil and bread. So what we want to do is come into here, come across, and we'll get our bread. Change output to storing. Put it back to distributing. And we'll get all this loaded up and see you guys up at, where are we going to go? Up towards where the cotton harvester is. Okay team, that's the last of the canola oil on there. For now, anyway. We've got 105,000 litres left in there, so that's still another 52 pallets of this stuff to come off. But that will all go down to that storage shed. So once all this stuff gets sold off, what we're going to do is bring the truck back down here. We'll pick up the clothing and the sugar that's here. We'll run that down, and that can literally all go and sit in the pallet storage shed. because from now on, literally everything, as we've discussed, is going to spawn to there, apart from the eggs and the honey, and we can then sell it from there, or collect it from there to be sold. But what we want to do, get this guy set up. He can take off up this road. Continue harvesting all of that cotton. Those trees along that side, they're going to get cut down. We won't cut any of these trees down. We will go out that way a little bit, but I reckon those trees over there will get cut down. That tree will get cut down, and we'll just extend this and say make it one big massive field. No, not you. You can actually open that up. You don't need to go up there just yet though. This is the guy we want. So, 19,000 litres of canola oil at almost 6 grand a pot. 5,000 litres of eggs, give or take. Also take. And 8,000 litres of bread. So, we should be looking at quite a decent payday here. It's not really too bad for a November, right before winter. My driving is absolutely terrible, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's got a lot to do with this truck. It is quick. So that's 139. 173,000? 174,000? We are not gonna scoff at that. Right, so we'll take all them straps off. And like I said, this guy can go back over to the production area. We're more than likely gonna put the extra spinnery in there. Don't know if we're going to have space to plant one up at the other spinnery. We will have a look though, if we can. Well, we'll definitely do that. But this guy can just come across and sit here. What we need to look into is obviously our bale trailer, because he's going to be pooping one of those out pretty soon if he hasn't already. Right, so you can just sit there, turn your lights off. How is he going? Oh no, he's only at 62%. Nothing in the sales that we need. The other option is, no, I don't think it works, and I don't know if our Zeta, even with that 1500 kilo weight, will pick up one of these bales. It'd be nice if it could. Cotton technology is what we want, isn't it? There we go. those ones, because that only does circles. That does the big ones, but we don't have a semi. It does hold 2 bales though. But one at a time will be fine. BKTs, of course. And now's your time to run this up to the bakery and the dairy. Then it can sit there. We'll run to the shop, grab that cotton trailer and head up to hopefully collect our first bale. Okay, let's start having a look around. See exactly where we can fit a spinnery. So this is where our current one is. Right, what I reckon we're going to do, dropped off a bell. I reckon we are going to save just before we try that. Because I don't want that deforming the land around it too much. Oh, that's actually not done too bad. Like that I don't care too much about. It was more so here. This we can smooth out. That's fine. So we'll back up a little bit. That's actually done pretty well. Soften. That's the one we want. That looks much better. Okay. So now we can get back to getting the jobs done. All of ours, or anything we get off of our fields, will go to that spinnery, because we don't want to screw over the other ones. Nope. That should just suck straight onto there. Perfect. Now what we also want to do is set this up so as it's distributing. Just cut across the corners of the paddocks here. Actually, because we have already accepted those contracts, it's going to think this cotton belongs to them anyway, so we may as well go and put this into the original spinnery. Okay. We must have been getting pretty low on cotton. If that took 20,000 litres and didn't fill it back up. Anyway, is what it is. We'll keep going. We've got a lot of cotton work to do. I dare say what we'll do here, guys, is we'll actually we'll sort of do little jump cut time lapse. So we'll jump cut to each time we run up to the spinnery, or if we transfer this guy into another paddock. So that gets our fields complete. Ended up with 2 bales plus, what are we going to get, maybe 670 litres, 80, 690 litres. So what we want to do now is we want to get this guy over to field 13, take him this way. Hopefully it fits through the train line, the train crossing. The train's going through now, so he should be well and truly past and that gate back open by the time we get there. No, we've hit the sign. Okay, over to field 13. Once this gets to field 13, we'll get it set up on a worker straight away. We'll jump back into the case, we'll grab that other bale, get that up to the spinnery. We'll put that into the original spinnery for the most part until it says that so much has been delivered. This is going to be the interesting part, because we are obviously going to fill both of those spinneries, so whether or not it actually, this way, whether or not it tells us that we've delivered all of it to the correct spinnery. Get him opened back up. Get him turned on. Get that worker hired. And away he goes. Now, you'll see down here on the edge of the field we actually had a slight mishap. I went to take over from the worker and yeah, the harvester just rolled straight into the crop. Granted, we wouldn't have lost too much from that. And we have got plenty of time over winter to make these two fields one big massive field. And then wait until... when do we wait until? I think it's March when we can plant our sunflowers in there.
For sure, so cold, but we're always coming back for more. Egos in this wicked game, it's all for sure. Oh, I've got you.
100% transported for field 4. Transported for field 13. Okay, so what we're going to do now is throw that into this spinnery and get this one running as well. Is that going to disappear? Okay, so we want to activate that guy and we want you to distribute. So technically all we should have to do now is just complete the harvest for those two cotton contracts. And I'm thinking while we let the worker continue on with that, we might get this stuff loaded up on the truck, get that down to the pallet storage farm, grab the Fent and bring up the plough. Undecided, but we will more than likely use the Fent to do the ploughing, just because of its horsepower rating. take the tether back down to the grasswork storage shed. Come back up, we'll pick up the plough and we'll head up to 17 and 18 and get that tidied up. Because we're going to be ploughing, obviously we're going to have to go through there with the stone picker. So we'll get the case to do the stone picking over winter. Now, we're not going to do the ploughing today. We'll save that for another episode. We do have all of winter to get that job done. What we are going to do is stop in and get this thing repaired yet again. So yeah, we'll get this repaired once more. Plough shouldn't need repairing, we purchased that brand new. Those flickering trees are a nightmare. Pretty sure we want to be roughly there somewhere. Maybe it's out there. Oh, I've put this toolbox down backwards. That's the reason why. There we go. Wow, $11,000 repair bill. And bugger it, we'll give her a wash while we're here. She's dirty. All in the sake of giving the harvester time to get another cotton bale out. I don't know why they want me to repaint it. Looks fine. Little scratch up there on the corner of the bonnet. Actually, let's go the other way. And we'll get some fuel on the way up there. May as well put our flickering lights on to match the flickering trees. Oh, look out, that tree's lost its leaves already. No, it hasn't, not all of them. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but have a look for my own amusement. It does look pretty good, doesn't it? Even just wides with weights. So we've only got standards on there at the moment. Oh, they're chunky boys, aren't they? Now he's a heavy boy. Okay, so we'll get this fueled up. Once that's filled up, we'll run it up to 17, 18, and then we'll jump into the case and see if old mate has dropped out a cotton bale for us. No bale as of yet. Must be getting close to one though. And then up there, across from the grape processing plant, is our next field. Oh wow, he's only at 84%. We'll do a handling pass because obviously this guy's not interested in picking everything up. And we'll do this down the bottom half of that as well. We'll go down, we'll come back up, and that should give him plenty of room for his turning around and not having to worry about reversing into those trees. Okay, so it shouldn't be too far away from him pooping out a cotton bale. Definitely over half of this field done. Yeah, he's definitely slowing down. So he's getting close to that number. There it goes. Another 20,000 litres of cotton.
If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop.
And we're already up to almost 3:30 in the afternoon, so I dare say we're going to be doing some late night cotton harvesting here.
Just wanna stay close, don't take that. Ain't gonna leave ya. Sabotage, you're a million.
As well, 35,000 litres in that. Nice. I reckon we might have to raise this side up a little bit. Not that it matters, there's nothing going there. But if we now come into fabric, 276 litres in there. Nice. That one's going. We're out of wood, so we can deactivate that guy. Happy days, happy days. Okay guys, we'll see you again shortly.
Explode every time you go and slam the door. Adore how we always end up on the floor. We know how to push the buttons to the core. I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it. Go
There you go, guys. So as you can see, contract on field 4 is complete. It's 10 to 11 at night. We're not that far off of going into winter, but we need to get this finished because, well, we used our cotton to satisfy the quota of these 2 fields. Not too sure if I'll show it or not, but we did a few things, well, a couple of things while we were playing around, letting the worker take care of this. We got the fent up to 17-18 with the plough on the back. That's now sitting there ready. That's going to be a winter job, is getting those 2 fields turned around, as well as field 38-39 on our farm. That just needs planting, so we've got to figure out whether we're planting a crop in there or whether we're drilling in there. But yeah, 17-18 needs to be extended to begin with, so as it's one big field. And we also need to fully plough it to get the cotton bushes, shrubs out of there. So we're going to have to stone pick it. I want to get a hold of a slurry spreader. So that'll be how we fertilise it to begin with. It's a long way to bring the slurry up from the farm, but we've got 109,000 litres of it kicking around in the cow barn. So that's a lot of free fertiliser going to waste at this stage. So we'll use that on 17-18. Probably use it as well on, what's that, 38-39. While we were kicking around and getting the bales from field 13 and from field 4 over to the spinnery, we cut down the trees along the edge of field 17. So on the GCHB grain elevator side. That was literally just to get them out of the way, because we are going to want to tidy all that up. There'll be a few more trees to cut down there. We didn't bother taking them to the sawmill. We literally just took them straight to the carpenter, the new carpenter business that we put down in field 17, or in the complex just there. So that's also now creating furniture from trees, not just from the timber pallets. We also went through and what else did we do? We've moved a few of the honey pallets into the pallet store shed. Let's see if we can't get this guy to just go straight up onto there. Cool. So that can live there for tonight. We are literally going to dump this bale and run back to the house have a nap, because as much as the winter are dead months as far as harvest goes, they are going to be the time where we spend all of our time on doing field prep. We've normally got our field prep done before the winter months come around, but this year slightly different, just because of the time of year that the cotton needed to get harvested, and then also the fact that we probably almost bit off more than we could chew by taking on the 2 extra fields. Something else I did was I actually accepted the payment for the contract on field 27. That was where we harvested the canola from, so down behind the animal dealership and the stone crusher there. Completely forgot that that hadn't been done yet. Speaking of which, we should now have 2 contracts sitting in here complete, so there's another 14.5 grand. Collect both of them. A lot of fields that need ploughing over the winter time, but we're not going to do either of that or any of them. We've got our own field work to worry about. But we'll jump up to... we've also moved all of the pallets from down here as well, but I'm pretty sure we got that covered on the in the video or in the episode. But yeah, we'll get this up to the spinnery, get back down to the farm. We'll have a quick look in the sales section, see if anything's popped up that might be of use to us over the winter months. Slurry spreader, manure spreader. Even if it's not a very big manure spreader, like something's better than nothing. We've got, I think it's 59,000 litres of manure kicking around as well. So we need to get rid of some of that. That dude nearly stopped himself right into an accident. I do love how the exhaust fumes get illuminated by the beacons. Okay, now we've got one at each of these. We'll stick this one into the main one. This trailer's going to live up here. No need for it down at the farm. Don't think it's going to fit in between those cars. So we'll just drag him round. Do a bit of forward driving. And park it on the end here. The harvester will live up here as well. That'll just get parked off to the side there. But that will need to come back via the shop because we want to put some fuel in that before we store it away, otherwise we'll probably forget about it. But in saying that, it's not going to get parked up until sometime during winter. It'll go and live up there. Right, back in the shed. Get this guy shut down. Turn those off. At some point in time, we've got to put that windrow away as well. I've got to find a place to park the trailer and the truck. That doesn't need to be there. But what we're going to do very, very quickly is check the sails. Front chisel. Yeah, right. No, there's nothing there we can use. I still do like that, but we've got no use for it. So anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed the episode. Thank you very much for joining in. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for future upcoming videos so you don't miss anything. And we will see you guys next time.